Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Salt Table celebration. By the way, if you're wondering why we're doing all this today, this week is our 5th anniversary in business.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you
very much. It's hard to put on gloves when you're sweaty. I just want you to know that.
That's a tough one.
Tough.
So here, what we're going to talk about today, how many of you are familiar with Himalayan pink salt? All right, a little bit with the pink salt. So these are plates that we're going to be demonstrating today. We sell them in our store here at the Salt Table. We have a store right down here around the corner, and we can tell you all about these. But these are 200 million year old pieces of salt, give or take a million or two. So the thing about the salt plates is when you put your food on it, you impart just a little bit of salt. So all you do is just kind of push it around a little bit. Gets a little bit of that salt in there. Take it off. Here, who wants to be the first one to try this? Linda, of course. Of course. So if you, Carolyn, if you could come up and we can, there. And then get a little toothpick. There we go. So Linda's going to be the first to try it. The caramel clove sauce is a clove-infused sugar base along with Mexican vanilla, which I think is one of the best vanillas out there. And we've made it into a caramel sauce. So these are Salt Table ingredients along with a little Himalayan salt, which is the only salt that I like to use for a lot of my different things. Isn't that nice? You can taste a little bit of the salt in with the apple, and then the sugar on top of it just kind of makes a nice combination. Super simple, great for your summer afternoons.
Executive Chef Roberto Legasse, and he is going to be doing a succotash today.
Hello everyone. Succotash, you either could put it in the fridge and serve it cold, or I like serving it on just searing a piece of fish and laying it on top of the succotash. So while rendering the bacon or pancetta, cut up your onions, and you'll be cooking the onions with that. Now this version I'm doing, we're using some of the Legasse Vidalia onion relish. And when I use the relish, I like serving it cold, so it's like a cold dish. The Vidalia onion relish, it's a quick and easy. If you just want to add just the beans and not doing all the cooking part, you just could add the Vidalia onion relish to any of your beans. And you don't need any seasoning. All the seasoning is already inside the Vidalia onion relish, so you don't even have to look for mustard seeds or any of the spices. It's all in there. Okay, you guys ready to taste?
Hey everyone, if you are in earshot of me right now, we'd love for you to come over here to the Celebrity Cook stage. I want to introduce you to my team. I want to talk about what we're going to do today, and we're going to have a little fun, and we're doing stuff that you can actually do at home. We'd like to thank the Department of Agriculture, of course, Georgia Grown, Dave Legasse and Carol from the Salt Table, the other sponsors that have been here. This is a real honor. This is a lot of fun. Okay, let's talk about what we're going to do. One of the things we rolled out this year was a stone smoked gourmet pizza station. The next thing we're going to do, and Chef Card is he's searing off some shrimp right now. We suggest definitely use Georgia wild Georgia shrimp. He is going to do a dish in a minute that I have a hard time pronouncing, but because he's from Scotland, for some reason it comes out better than it does from an American. But it's Conquille Saint-Jacques. Conquille Saint-Jacques. Can he have a mic too? Because he's going to have to correct me on some stuff. That's right. And we're going to get going on that. Also on the grill, we're doing another fun thing that you can also do at home. Today we're going to use some salt blocks, and our chef team has prepared they pre-prepared the ahi tuna with some sesame, I think white and black sesame, and then they put all that together here. We're actually going to sear that tuna on the salt block on the smoker. So we're gonna smoke pizza, we're gonna sear tuna, and we're gonna cook the concassane shock or whatever that stuff is, right? So let's go over here. Let's start with, let's see what Dylan's doing.
Pita, barbecue sauce,
And watch how easy this is. And they're just stinking good.
bacon,
Yep.
red onion, cheese.
Whatever kind of cheese you want. Sometimes when we do our gourmet pizza station, we have and then chicken. Now this is already a grilled off chicken that's already been seasoned, pre-seasoned that ahead of time. You literally just throw the stuff on there, throw it on that grill, let that smoke go, and I'm telling you, just that quick. As the grill was heating up, we put the salt blocks on there. Now what that does is that infuses the flavor into the fish. We put the sesame seeds on it, black and white, and then those were pre-done, obviously for the demonstration, but it's just that fast. Now he's stuck up, look how fast they're cooking. He just laid that fish on there, and that is on the smoker, on the salt block. Now the salt is infusing up into the fish and the smoke, and he's dropping that for the smoke effect. We actually incorporated that technique onto our menu this year. So see, here comes some pizzas already. What, it's been 4 or 5 minutes. Pizzas are coming off already, and wait till you try some of these. It's just going to be fun. It's just that quick. Our sous chef is going to cut up some pizza and let y'all have a few pieces of it over there, and I'm going to let Chef Card do a couple things here.
All right, there's a few different steps to what I'm doing right now, but coquille Saint-Jacques is obviously a French dish using a cheese-based sauce. I would say use Georgia scallops, but I'm using Outer Banks scallops today just because they're a little bit larger right now. But basically what I'm doing right now is you saute off your peppers, your onions, your garlic. You can never really go wrong with too much garlic. Using 2 different types of cheese. You're using a Gruyere cheese as well as a Parmesan cheese. Lots of garlic, lots of white wine. Just make sure whenever you're using white wine, something my father always used to tell me, if you're not going to drink it, don't cook with it.
That means don't use the cheapest stuff you can get.
Pretty much.
This is the concassane. Did you like the shells? Yeah, the scallops. Okay, good. Pretty quick, pretty easy. Great presentation. If you want to do that even at home, just grab those shells, throw that stuff in there, and you can look chefy as well at home. Okay, what's about to happen here is this is a quick version for this demonstration of things that we use a lot. We use a lot of romaine boats. You can get the little mini romaine boats. I think this is regular romaine, and I think we're just cutting our own. So you can actually get this at the store. It's something you can get at the store. But watch this. We will put the seared ahi tuna off of the salt block. Very easy to do. Yeah, take a knock off that thing, sister. There you go. Oh, you don't need a spoon. That's the nice thing about the boats. You can take the boats and you can actually eat them as an instrument itself. You don't need the spoon and all that. I mean, if you want to do the spoon, you can. Yeah, whip.
We ain't fancy.
There you go. Pull that thing around. Just hit it. There you go. Hit it like a shark.
No one's watching.
No one's watching.
And we have a real treat going on here. Emmy Award-winning Laura Lynn Carter. She has her own show on PBS, and she also is a cookbook author and has products, which by the way are available in our Salt Table store. And she's going to be partnered up today with Gary Black, our Commissioner of Agriculture for the state of Georgia.
Good to have y'all with us today. Come on up. We're going to have some great things with Laura Lynn.
So let's welcome them, and please, you'll be able to sample what they're cooking and enjoy.
Thank y'all for coming out. I know it's hot, but it's worth the wait, I promise you. We're going to start with a fondue.
Okay.
Do you like fondue?
I like fondue.
You know, a long time ago, I remember my parents having the fondue parties in the 70s, and then it kind of died off. But it's made a comeback. This one's super easy. I'm going to let you be the stirrer. You're going to be in charge of the whisk. Now, you do not have to use a fondue pot. This is just a simple little Cuisinart fondue pot. You can do this in a cast iron skillet. You can do it in any way you want to. We're going to start out with our cheese first. Now, I have got both sharp cheddar,
Right-handed whisk.
right-handed whisk. I've got 2 cups of sharp cheddar and 1/3 cup of Gruyere. We're going to get those going. And in this heat, it's not going to take long. Now we're going to get our flavor. A lot of times your fondues are real complicated and very, very involved. This one is 5 ingredients. 2 types of cheeses. Our liquid is beer. You know, a lot of times you'll see wine for the fondues. We're going to use a really strong ale. Now you can use whichever you want. We're going to use about a cup. And depending on the thickness, we can always pick it up if we need to and add a little bit more. You have to have a little thickening. So we're going to have a little flour. We're going to have about a tablespoon of flour. Maybe a little bit less. We'll add it. We can always add to it if we need to. And then here's where our flavor comes in. And this is one of those Georgia-grown products we were talking about. And that it should come from a Georgia-grown girl, because this is mine. This is the port wine mustard. It's made with real tawny port wine. And this is where we're going to get all of our flavor. And we're going to add 4 tablespoons. The next thing we're going to do is my pecan pesto. Now I'm as southern as you can get, but I also was blessed with a full-blooded Italian great uncle. And so I do a lot of Italian, but I'll put a little southern twist on it. And traditionally, pestos are made with pine nuts, as I'm sure you know. But we're in Georgia, so we're going to use pecans. Then I've got fresh basil. Now right now, it's overflowing. It's great to use this time of year. Pesto I love because there's so many different things you can do with it. You can use it, you know, as an entertaining dip or something like that, but you can toss it with pasta. You can add chicken, you can add shrimp. I'll get the big jumbo shrimp and open them on, put them on the tray, do a little dip of the pesto, put them in the oven. It's absolutely out of this world. Now, we've got to have some other goodies to go in with our pecans and our basil. We're going to use some fresh lemon juice. And you're going to have to do this to taste. The pecan pesto, like I was saying earlier, pecans, we've always got those in abundance. Basil's fresh right now. You only have to have a few simple ingredients to make this. You got to have some garlic. We got our garlic. We've got our lemon juice. Now, salt and pepper to taste, but Salt Table, this is their good all-around blend. Excellent in this. I'm just going to eyeball that.
Thank you, Laura Lynn.
It is good. Very, very, very good. Georgia Olive Farm olive oil. This is out of Lakeland, Georgia, the Shaw family. I have been using this olive oil. I had the pleasure of meeting Jason about 4 years ago. I filmed with him. And I became addicted to this olive oil. So we've got a southern twist on an Italian classic. We got to add one more little thing to it. So that's the consistency I'm looking for before I add my cheese.
Parmesan.
Parmesan cheese, yes. And another reason that I did just a little bit of seasoning in the beginning is your Parmesan cheese is going to have salt in it. So it's going to be a little bit salty already. I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil. Get that cheese going in there. All right.
Awesome.
Look at that. You can smell the pecans, you can smell the pesto, and that right there is perfect. That's what you want to see right there. Because you're going to toss it with your pasta, shrimp, chicken, whatever you want to do, and then it's going to blend in. And you can always add more olive oil, but if you get it too soupy in the beginning, it's not any good. So what we're going to do is, okay, we need to get some food out here. We need to get
Here we do.
Yeah, we do. All right, so y'all can come up and take turns. The crostini with the pesto, the pretzel chips with the fondue. See what you think.
Folks, we're doing a live demonstration here with Executive Chef Holly Shute. She's the chef for the Department of Agriculture and Georgia Grown, and also has been chef for the Governor's Mansion for the last 6 governors. Holly, what are you going to be cooking today?
We're doing a buffalo chicken kebab with blue cheese grits and a pineapple pepper jelly collard green saute.
Excellent. So I'm going to turn it over to Holly, and I think her mic's on, and go for it.
I am on. So I've got 1 package of Springer Mountain Farms boneless breasts, and it's available at Publix. We're going to add some Georgia olive oil to that, some Abby J's smoking hot sauce, some fresh garlic, some salt table peppercorn medley. And we're going to use a little Himalayan pink salt from the salt table as well. And then my lovely assistant's going to Ziploc that bag and mix it around. And for the grits, I've got, I used Gala's grits with some chicken stock, a little bit of heavy cream, some salt, Himalayan pink salt, and then we got the blue cheese from Sweetgrass Dairy in Thomasville. And it is delicious. Give them until they start turning white around the edges, and then they can be turned. And while that's cooking, I'm going to make the collard greens. I'm going to use a little bit of Georgia pecan oil. And there's just cut in strips, real thin strips, so that they cook really quickly. Because you really just want to barely wilt them. Little salt table pepper blend. Little bit of Himalayan pink salt. So I have the best job in the world because I get to work with all these incredible products every day. And then we've got some Wisham's pineapple pepper jelly.
And all the recipes today will be available from each of the individual parties, but also, as she said, on Salt Table.
No, Kim, just stop passing them on to everybody else and take one.
I'll have one